More power. Like it's insatiable with him. You know, like in his life, you know, and you know, forgive me if I'm repeating myself, but like you know, as I learned when I went back to the comics, he was a bullied kid for the way he looked and like his interests, and like you know, got the crap beat out of him every day. It was treated like garbage, and like you know, basically counted out his entire life. And so that need for power, that need is deeply, deeply rooted in his psyche, you know, just through all of that pain that he went through as a child. Also being like, you know, first generation immigrant family, all he has is his mom. We don't really know who dad is or where dad is or what happened to dad. But yeah, like all of that like has led to his just desire for power. And he knows as well as anybody that, you know, once you become like, you know, big cheese in Gotham City, you have a giant target on your back. There's someone there who wants to bring you back down. So he knows that he just has to maintain control and hold on to it. We'll see how successful he is. Who would I like to see challenging for that power?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
The big challenges.
Well, I mean, I will say, well, you know, I don't want him to challenge me because I want to hang out with him, but yeah, Enigma, like I want us to like join forces. Is really what I want. But yeah, but you will see, like we do introduce some new characters this season. One in particular, and I'm sorry if I don't know if I'm going to be a little bit vague. One in particular, he and Oswald have a difference in opinion on how things should go, and you know, and so yeah, it's a lot of stuff. You know, it's a big shake-up in the power structure in Gotham City. So yeah, hope so. Yeah, I mean, you know, like again, well, you know, so. In the first season, you know, the only two people that Oswald really trusted were his mother and at the time Jim Gordon. That's changed because, as you may have seen in the finale, you know, Jim, after all Oswald has done for Jim, and this is from Oswald's perspective, but like after all he has done for Jim, and Jim is literally sorry, I'm trying not to say literally anymore. Jim is gonna let him die in the hospital, chained to a radiator, and like, you know what I mean, like, and completely sells him out. Their friendship is, you know, as far as I'm concerned, like dunzo. They still need each other, but in terms of like that sort of like, you know, I truly believe that Oswald wanted to be Jim's friend and wanted to, you know, connect with him. That sounds different, you know, and so yeah, and so, you know, so now, like, there's only one person in his life that he really trusts and cherishes and cares for, and that's his mother. You know, it's, like, I'm freaked out, because I'm like, that's, you know, a liability, you know, but, like, now that Oswald has power, he has the ability to protect her, and so I'm just banking on that, because I just need some more Carol in my life.
We all do.
Right? I shudder to think, because like literally it's like, you know, she's his connection, like his last connection to humanity, or like to any sort of sense of humanity and empathy inside of him. To lose that would be, you know, insane.
And Carol Kane,
and Carol Kane, you know? I really don't, and they've been very like somewhat like vague about it, and in a way I don't think Oswald knows. Like I just think Dad was never part of the picture, or you know. And then, you know, I've invented like stories in my head about what it should be, but like I really haven't run them by Bruno yet, so I don't know if they're like true or not. But like, you know, I imagine like, you know, from whatever country they fled from, like that's sort of the story that I've made up in my mind. That Oswald and his mom, you know, obviously she's not American, you know, and like. I imagine Dad's still back there somewhere. If he's still be Herman and he can be on the show. And then I will die a million deaths. Because you know he was the dad of Penguin in Batman Returns. Oh. Paul Rubens, bring it. Oh my God. And while I'm wishing, I'd like wings and a unicorn. Oh my God. Quite possibly. They serve as a threat to everybody. They have no, they're coming in this season, and yeah, it's a challenge that every single one of us will have to face because they shake it up, and so yeah, we're all gonna have to deal with them in some way. Kill her again? I don't think he'd have a choice. Because, like if she, and, like you said, it's ambiguous. I mean, I still think in a way she's alive. Because I just think like in Gotham City, if you don't see a body.
Yeah. That's not how fish goes out.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Fish is not going to go onto the sea.
Right. And if she comes back, she's coming for Oswald. So, it's going to be one of the two again. Like, going back up to that roof. Put on your bathing suit.